everyone, it's Carla from Casey Creates. I thought I would just come on and do a little playing with clay and show you my little lace haul from AliExpress. No, I didn't. Well, first of all, let me say welcome to my channel if you're new, or even if you're not. I haven't made a video in a few days, quite a few days, and I wanted to just visit with you. We had a holiday this past weekend, so I couldn't do my live. We were spending time with family, which was really fun. And I had gone on AliExpress looking for latex and silicone molds for my clay, and I somehow found my way over to what they call water-soluble laces. And I did need a few, so I went ahead and ordered some. I'll tell you what happened though. So our old change of address has expired, but I haven't ordered from AliExpress in so long that my old address was still in the shipping information, so they've shipped some of these to my old address. I did quickly put in a new change of address form, hoping it'll get to me. But anyway, these I did manage to get the address correct. But isn't this gorgeous? Can you see this? It's got pink and green roses and then lace. I hope it's showing up. Let me put it on the back of this green bag so you can see. It is absolutely beautiful. And I think I asked for 2 yards. I think they measure in meters, but maybe 3, because I really wanted some of this with the roses, and I received some that was gifted to me, and I never was able to find the exact lace, but this one's really close. So I was able to get a big length of this, and then I love this one. It's like Swiss dots on a chiffon tulle kind of lace, and it's gathered, and I think it'll make the prettiest trim for edges of lace journals. And I was able to get a really generous amount of this. Of course, the delay, the downside to ordering anything from AliExpress is you have to be willing to wait quite a long time. Even though this one wasn't as long as some have been. But anyway, I just thought this was so delicate and so pretty. And it's antique white. So I got a good amount of that. And then this one doesn't look exactly the way I was expecting, even though I do think it's quite pretty. It's a metallic gold on tulle, or yeah, I think it's stitched on tulle. And it's very delicate too, and of course I love the scallops. So my camera kind of propped up crazy here, so this is one of the little olive trays I made. This is a clay piece, and I just have one of my little bar stamps resting in it, but it's there to hold up my little propped up stand. At some point I'm going to get a proper tripod. I just haven't done it yet. So anyway, those were my laces, and then I ordered from Etsy. I've been all over the internet looking for really nice molds, because I have some clay projects that I really want to do using the molds, and I've had some of these because of doing the polymer clay. I won't show you all of them because it may not interest you as much as it interests me, but I definitely want to show you these because I got them from an Etsy store, and the quality is wonderful. The only thing is they left one of them out, so I just noticed it today. I had to email and let them know one of the ones I ordered wasn't included, and I'm sure it was just an oversight, and they'll send me the other one they left out. It was called a trio of roses, and it was 3 little rose molds in a row. And then these were from a different Etsy store, and these are little cutters that were made on a 3D printer, but I thought I could use these for the handles. I can't really explain the dishes I'm going to make, but they're going to be very ornate with flowers, and these are going to be handle cutouts. I'll manipulate them a little bit more once I cut them out of clay. But you know what I thought would be fun is if you just want to visit with me, I'll put some clay in these molds and show you how nice the impression is. They came nicely wrapped individually in these plastic bags, if I can get them open. And the one thing I've noticed with any of the molds that I use for clay, the base of the mold needs to be nice and thick in order to get the clay out. Just 1 second. Oh, I was going to pause it because I thought somebody was coming downstairs. I didn't tell anybody I was making a video, so if they come bounding down the stairs, it's because they don't know I'm recording. And that's okay. It's just a real day in the life. Today is my Friday because I don't work on Fridays, so my last day is today, which is Thursday. I'm always breathing a sigh of relief on Thursday evening, and it's a really good time for me to jump on and do a video and visit with you. So I hope it's a good time for you too. Anyway, these are made with a really durable rubber, and the difference is when you get these pink ones, they're a little too floppy, and it's challenging to get the piece out without ruining it. But what I do is I just take some clay and I try to make the pieces fit almost exactly to the size of the mold. That's one of the tricks I learned. You don't want to overload these molds because then the likelihood of it sticking is greater. And one thing I'm going to be spending a good amount of time doing is just making and making and making the pieces that are going to be attached to the forms I'm going to create. So then I just press them in and wipe away the excess. And this clay that I'm using is stoneware. It fires to cone 5-6, which is about 21 plus 100 degrees. And then, so I just took my little scoring tool, and this is a trick because when you are attaching your clay pieces to the clay form, you have to scratch the back, which is called scoring. Those of you who do clay probably know that. And it's easier to score it while it's still in the mold. And these, I forgot what they called these. I think they called these tiny carnations. But you see how if you just bend it back, it pops right out of the mold so easily. And then it's already scored. And then I'll just wrap up a little bit of this extra that was left over from the small ones and show you the impressions that you get with this one. And I think this is a chrysanthemum. Anyway, I really love this one. It's got a really nice impression, and it even has leaves. I think this one has leaves, but it's very fairy-like. I'll make one of the cups. It's going to just have a lot of applique with flowers and butterflies and vines and leaves. Anyway, that's the way I see it in my head, so I'm hoping I'll be able to translate it into clay. So I've put this score mark on the back so that when I put it on the cup or dish, all I'll have to do is score the surface of the dish. But see how pretty that is? Really beautiful markings. So I've got one chrysanthemum, the 4 baby little carnations, and then this one is a rose. I think I'll use the larger piece of clay for the rose. And I have rose molds and other flower molds, but these just had a very realistic pattern to them. So when you pop them out, they look so much more real than the other ones that I have. And again, these score marks are just so I can add some slip and score them onto the dish or cup that I put it on. And I'm just making a bunch of the embellishments to have ready to go. See the rose? And how clean it comes out of the molds. I'm very happy with these. So I'm rolling one to go in this one, which I think, I don't know what this flower is. It looks like some kind of a mum as well. But when I pop them out, they have such nice movement to the petals that they just look really realistic to me. So I have some extra, and I try not to waste any of it. As long as I can keep it nice and soft, then I'll go ahead and just keep filling the molds until I have used up all my clay, and that was just enough to make one more chrysanthemum here. So I'll go ahead and pop these out. And it's a nice relaxing activity to just sit and make these and then store them in plastic in sort of, oh, did I forget? Oh, I forgot to score this one. See, it's much easier if I do it with the in the mold, because then it holds it more steady for me, and then I don't risk ruining the image on the other side. But I do want to score it ahead of time. So I don't think it ruined it. So now I have 2 of those, and then 2 of these tiny ones. These are pretty. So this company is called Master Molds, and I think the lady's name is Casey, I think, or Cassie. Anyway, let me bend this one a little bit more. Oh, that's the first one that had a little bit of trouble coming out, but I just love it. Let me see if I can get it close enough. Oh, you know what? It looks like a water lily. It does look a little bit like a water lily, maybe a lotus flower. Anyway, they'll be light pastel colors, almost like watercolors when I put them on the form. So those are the flowers from the molds that I purchased from Master Molds. And then these, I haven't tried this one yet, but this is supposed to be like a cameo with a rose in the middle, so let's see if it really is. So this will be a surprise to me as well, because I haven't tried this one yet. I had another one I wanted to try. Oh, this one. We'll try this one too. So we'll score this. It's a lot smaller than I was expecting it to be, but it's still a decent size for cups. Okay, let's see if it releases as well as those. Oh, it went flying across the table. I can't even really decipher what that is. It's supposed to be flowers, you guys, but this might be a fail. Let's try this again. I should have shown you the picture of what it's supposed to look like. It's supposed to be a rose bouquet of flowers, but I'm not really seeing that. It's a good thing it wasn't that expensive. But it does have a deceiving image because it looks like this perfect little rose bouquet cameo on the image, but we'll try popping it out again and see if we can see rose bouquet anywhere. Yeah, I can't even really tell what's supposed to be top and what's supposed to be bottom. But I guess that's the larger rose in the middle. And with a little imagination and some colored glaze, I might be able to get it to translate to rose bouquet cameo. Okay, so you win some, you lose some. That one's not the best. But this one, oh, I have some scissors here. This one is teapot, teacup, spoon, and that's kind of funny. I don't know what that is, but it's got a little heart in the middle, and I think that's sort of a little shortbread cookie or something. So let's see what those pop out to look like. I don't know if this is interesting you or not, but I always try to find a reason, even though I'm not crafting per se, I love to find a reason to come on and do a visit with you towards the end of the week, just because I find it enjoyable and it feels like I'm visiting with friends. And some of you tell me you love the clay part of it. So this is a clay portion of my crafting on Casey Creates, because I create all kinds of things. Actually just learned how to make an amazing butter pound cake. Like, we need that like a hole in the head, but it was yummy. Everyone loved it, and I ended up making a second one, but I took half of it to my sister's house. She didn't really appreciate that either, though. Everybody's trying to make sure they're decent for the pictures for my niece's wedding that's coming up. But I think we're all feeling like we've got plenty of time, since it's not till the fall. But it'll be here before we know it, so I guess I shouldn't try to get away with pound cake for much longer, but it was fun while it lasted. Okay, so those are in. Let's see how well they come out. There's the little cookie. I think it's supposed to be a little cookie. It's cute. And here is, oh, the teapot came out great. Here's a little teapot. And this is the shortbread cookie. It says nice. Cute. A teacup. Oh, I'm happy with these. They release really well. That is really sweet. Little teacup. And now the spoon. It's really tiny. Got it. It's a little wrinkled, but let's see if I can get it to flip over. There we go. So there's the spoon. A little crooked, but I could play with that enough to get it out decently. Oh, I'm excited. These are going to work out great for what I have in mind. I want to do really like putsy but pretty mugs that are real tactile with lots of flower embellishments, so that when you put your hands around the cups, it feels, you know, it's like a nice feeling in the hands, with the texture of all the flowers and applique. So there's my tea one. And you guys, I'm going to let you go. I won't go through all of these, but I will show you. There's this one, which is for an entire layer cake. Just open it partially. This one didn't come from AliExpress, but it's all kinds of daisies and flowers, and it makes a really long strip, and so I can use this to make the entire cylinder for a cup. And then this huge bag is filled with other ones. The lovely Ruby from Little Books used to make soaps. I don't know if she still does, but I remember a few years back she sent me some beautiful fairy soap. And hi Ruby, if you're watching. These had a taller frame around them, and I cut the frame off because I'm going to need to be able to peel them out. So you won't really be able to see the fairies that well right now, but after I make the clay, I'm going to make them almost like a clay little plaque and score and slip them onto the front of a cup to make fairy cups. So I have those. And then these are by Wilton Cake, and they're for fondant. So I have those two. I've already used the green one. And then Prima makes these beautiful decor molds. And so I got these two for putting trim. Sorry about the glare. But if you're interested in owning these, you just type in Prima Marketing molds, and you'll get a variety of these to show up on Amazon. Oh goodness, that is terrible glare. Sorry about that. Can you see that without that horrible glare? This one will be for moldings around little dishes and saucers and trays. And what's the last one here? Oh, this one's gonna make like a ruffle trim. Anyway, I won't bore you with the rest. I'll make the actual dishes and then come back and show you. Oh wait, no, I will show you one more because it is so fun. So much fun. Always hear my mother correcting me when I say so fun. This one looks like a fairy garden. And I just remember from seeing it online, but I hadn't opened it yet. Look at this. Isn't that adorable? It's got all kinds of flowers and bluebells, and anyway, I love this one. So thanks for hanging out with me while I putz and play with my clay molds. I have a box that I keep them in. I'm just making layers of the actual molded pieces and keeping them here in my box. And I'm gonna put a damp layer of paper towel in between and then just cover them with, I'm just gonna love that teacup and saucer. And then I'm just going to layer them so that they're ready to go. So all I have to do is either make my cups on the wheel or make some hand-built cups. And then I can score and flip this menagerie of flowers. I'm not probably going to keep this one. I don't really get this one. So I'll ball that one back up into my bag of clay. And then all I have to do is keep layering them into my box in between sheets of plastic and close them up. So with all of the tragic events that have been going on in our country anyway, I just wish you all well and encourage you to cling to your faith. My faith is in God, and trust me, these days I don't know where I would be without it. So I send you lots of prayers and blessings and love and hugs and prayers for peace, because it's a really challenging time to come by peace when there's so much unrest. So be at peace if you can be. Find something that you can do that'll give you a moment of peace and comfort. And keep on crafting. I know that helps for my sense of well-being. And I hope it helps for you too. If you're catching this all the way to the end, I'll come back on and remind you, but I do hope to go live on Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. So I'll look forward to seeing you then if I don't see you any sooner. Have a good night or a good rest of your day. Bye for now.